Why in the world would you bench Giancarlo Stanton for Jason Dominguez? And are the Jets ever going to get anything right? What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. So today, you have all games on deck, right? And the Yankees and the Guardians. The Yankees and the Royals are tied 1-1, and the Guardians and the Tigers are tied 1-1. They play today. Yesterday, the Mets took a 2-1 series lead over the Phillies. They clearly are playing great baseball. Clearly have the momentum in the series. And the Padres took a 2-1 lead over the Dodgers. They clearly have no momentum too. Now, the series is not over yet. That series could go back to LA. The other series could go back to Philly, but both of those teams have to win today. But the momentum is shifted in the other direction. That's why I said for the whole entire year, now don't just hand the Dodgers the championship trophy just because they spent a gazillion dollars. People pound the Yankees all the time for spending or being cheap, even when they have one of the highest payrolls in baseball, right? Just spending money doesn't guarantee anything. The Dodgers and the Yankees are a huge market. Okay, they have to spend to be competitive. Okay, they have to, especially since they pick in the bottom of the drafts most years because they're constantly contending. They're never getting super high draft picks. Something to keep in mind as well. But that's besides the point. One thing I wanted to talk about today is there are a lot of folks saying we should, bench Giancarlo Stanton for Jason Dominguez. Well, my question to that is, how in the world does that help Judge? It doesn't. Okay? And I'm just going to put out a couple of things here. Okay, this is a little bit of comparison. This might piss some people off, but these are the facts, okay? And by the way, I'm not going to stop giving you the real deal, okay? So if you like that, you're a Yankee fan, you just want to know what's going on at the very top, okay? You want to know the facts over the opinions, over the talking points, then I ask you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. Okay, and if you enjoy the content, please hit the like button. If you do hit the subscribe button, just hit all the notifications. That way you'll never miss anything. I thank you for it. Now, this is Judge postseason stats. 208 batting average, 311 on base, and a 449 slugging. 760 OPS, 106 WRC plus, and a 33, which is the highest in baseball history, unfortunately. Okay, these are Giancarlo Stanton's postseason stats. 250 batting average. Okay, 42 points higher than Judge. 319 on base and 596 slugging to go against 449 for Judge. 916 OPS versus 760. 141 WRC plus versus 106 and a 28% K rate. Not sexy, but he's better than Aaron Judge in every metric in the postseason. Okay, and this is in all due respect to Aaron Judge. Okay, we would not be here in this postseason if it weren't for your regular season heroics, and I thank you for that. But maybe they need to entertain, maybe benching, sitting Aaron. And it's not a punishment. Sitting Aaron Judge, just to let him recharge, let him recover a little bit. You bring him in later as a pinch hitter or something like that. Okay, when guys get on base and so on and so forth. Maybe you stick with Giancarlo Stanton, whose clear postseason stats are just plain better. Okay? Just something to think about. And again, I don't know how benching Alex Verdugo for Jason Dominguez helps Aaron Judge either. Neither one of those guys sitting down for Jason Dominguez helps Aaron Judge. But this is what I'm keep hearing from so many people. So many people ignoring the fact that Judge isn't doing much. And again, yes, this is a kryptonite. Yes, this is frustrating. I totally get it. Okay? And do I want him to be better? Of course, we all do. But maybe sitting him, even for a half a game, might clear his head a little bit, do him some good. Okay? And bringing him in later will do him some good. Because the Yankees need to win today. And they need all hands on deck. And the scenarios are like, if you bench Giancarlo Stanton, then you move Aaron Judge to the DH spot, give him a half a day, and then you add somebody to the outfield like Trent Grisham. Okay? Get that defense in there, and he's known as the clutch hitter. Okay? He's a veteran player too. Oh, I didn't talk about Jason Dominguez. Well, if you're also going to bench Alex Verdugo, then you bring in Jason Dominguez too. I understand people like Jason Dominguez. I get it. But if the objective right now is to win the game, you have to have the best players on there. And the fact of the matter is, Alex Verdugo contributed in Game 1 and Game 2. I don't feel good about benching him for Jason Dominguez. I just don't. This is why I say bench Aaron Judge. Alex Verdugo is providing more than Aaron Judge is. That sucks to say, but it's true. It really sucks to say. Okay? And do I think Aaron Judge is close? Yes. Absolutely, I think he's close. Would I be okay if they kept him in there? Of course I would. But at the end of the day, why am I going to sit somebody who has better stats in favor of somebody who doesn't? And bring in somebody who hasn't proven himself yet? Where is the logic in that? These are facts. I'm keeping the emotions at home, keeping the opinions at home. These are facts. We need to win this baseball game. Otherwise, we're in the same boat that the Dodgers are in, that the Phillies are in. We're going to be down 2-1. The last thing we want is to be down 2-1. We want to go up 2-1 because Garrett Cole's pitching Game 4, and the Yankees play better on the road than they have at home this season. Fact again. Okay? And I don't see Garrett Cole having a second subpar game. I see him taking it, especially if the Yankees have a lead, a 2-1 series lead. Yeah, I see Garrett Cole coming out and shoving. Okay, now the bullpen guys have gotten a day's rest now too, so have some fresh arms in there. But this right here, this is where, like I said, I've been saying it for weeks now. The Yankees are strategic wherever they need to be strategic, and this is a place to be strategic. And to me, sitting Giancarlo Stanton and Jason Dominguez is not strategy. It's not good strategy. Okay? I don't see the logic. And again, if you feel I'm wrong, load them up in the comments. Put your opinions in the comments. But why would you sit Stanton and play Judge when Stanton's postseason stats are better than Judge's? Why? The stats don't lie. Okay? Do I want both of them in there? Absolutely. Do we want Dominguez to have an opportunity? Absolutely. That's going to happen in 2025. And I understand he's in the postseason roster. And people are asking, why isn't he playing? Well, we're playing. Same question here, right? They're both here. So, and if somebody is not doing what they need to do, and I understand there's a lot of pressure and expectation on Aaron Judge. Yes. Okay. He struggled in the postseason. Yes. Do I think he's a bust? No, of course not. But the same thing happened to Clayton Kershaw with the Dodgers. He was terrible in the postseason for the first decade of his career. And all of a sudden, he's turned it around. I am confident that Judge will turn it around at some point. But right now, this is where the strategy comes into play. Right? And to me, it doesn't make any sense to bench Stanton for Dominguez and leave Judge out there. Doesn't. And I'm not going to apologize for that. Okay, I'm going with the facts and not the talking points, like I always do. Okay? So you give me your opinions on this either way. You let me know what your thoughts are. I want this team to win. I want us to take a 2-1 lead. I want us to win both games in Kansas City. Yeah, damn right I do. I think all of us do, right? So that they don't have to put Carlos Rodon on the mound in Game 5. Maybe they'll put Luis Hill in the game. Who knows? We just don't know. Okay? And Carlos Rodon, I'll say it again, he came out guns blazing. And then at some point he started deviating from his plan and started doing different things, and the Royals capitalized on it. Couldn't get through 4 innings. The one bad inning cost them the game. Okay? And I don't think what Jazz Chisholm said was a scandal. He said the Royals got lucky. We feel like we're still going to beat them. I feel the same way, but I don't feel that they were lucky. I feel that they jumped on an opportunity, okay, that was presented to them by us, by the Yankees, okay? That's what playoff teams do. They look for these opportunities. They play chess, and they take the freaking opening when it happens. This, to me, is very straightforward. Like I said, I'm not going to come out here and just tell people what they want to hear because other people are doing it, because other beat writers are doing it. Other beat writers who don't play baseball are doing it. No. Not doing it. Okay. But again, we're all entitled to our views and opinions, absolutely. So that's why I say always put them in the comments. I don't block people for having different opinions. I get tons of heat in the live streams and in the comments all the time for voicing my opinions. But at least I back mine up with facts. I'm not saying you don't, but I do. Okay? And the stats that I just gave you are facts. Look them up if you don't believe me. Okay? Now, and again, this is not a punishment. The other thing I want to talk about is the Jets, okay? For those that are Jets fans. Like, they just fired Robert Saleh, the head coach, okay? The Jets are actually performing at the very top of defensively. Offensively, not so much, okay? And according to the reports, according to Woody Johnson, the owner, this was his decision. And there's a lot of people saying, "Well, is Aaron Rodgers have anything?" We have no idea. I'm not going to speculate, okay? But it does feel like sometimes he's the de facto general manager, right? All due respect to Aaron Rodgers, your Hall of Fame candidacy career was built in Green Bay, not in New York. And not taking anything away from you for that. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, no doubt about it. Okay? But you haven't been a stellar quarterback here. You haven't given us enough track record to just back you blindly. Okay? There's a reason why they want Devontae Adams from the Raiders in a trade, right? Who knows why Hassan Reddick hasn't reported yet from the Eagles after the trade? I have no idea. But this is part of the chaos that just surrounds Jets Nation all the time. Just the freak, man. That's why I ask, are they ever going to get it right? I mean, they're going to bring in a Bill Belichick? I doubt it. They're going to bring in a Bill Cowher? I doubt it. Ulbrich, I think, is the new head coach now. De facto, or interim head coach until someone else. Who knows what they're going to bring in? Who they're going to bring in? Nick Saban's not happening. Right? So we have no idea what they're going to do. And that's one of the problems with the Jets is there's no stability kind of anywhere. And right now they need to be better on the offensive side. Their defense is contributing. They're not giving up boatloads of points, and they're not getting blown out every game. They're actually in these games. But the offense, unfortunately, is not contributing. And yes, Aaron Rodgers has, I think, a high ankle sprain. Okay, I get that. Fine. Thankfully, he's healthy. Thankfully, he can play. But we need him to be better. We need the offensive line to continue to protect him. We need the running backs to be better. Okay, and they've been pretty solid so far. We need the wide receivers to catch the ball like Mike Williams. But in order for him to do that, we need Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball in the right direction. And if that's not going to happen, you sit him, you play Tyrod Taylor. You play the backups. You play somebody that puts the team in a position to win. There's no difference. This isn't baseball. You sit a guy, you can bring him back in later. You can't sit somebody in baseball and bring him back in later. Once they're out of the game, they're out of the game. You have the ability to do that in football. Sit Aaron Rodgers for a set. Play Tyrod Taylor. Let's see what he can do. What the hell's the problem with that? Why is he here? Is he ever going to play at all? What's going on in Jets Nation? Who knows what's going on? This is why I ask people, give me your feedback on this too if you're a Jets fan. I really want to know what your thoughts are, because to me, there's way too much chaos on my favorite team, the Jets. And can't blame people for feeling sorry for me or the Jets. Can't blame them. We give them every reason to be critical of the Jets. This is insanity. But back to the story of the day, the main topic of the day. What's the logic in sitting Stanton for Jason Dominguez, and how does that help Aaron Judge? Let's get into it. I'll be back later with the lineup, of course. We'll be live tonight after the game, hopefully celebrating a win. Have a great day. Go Yankee fans. Go Yankees.